college also they say make a story about it. If you want to sell something, make a story about it, right? So stories are nothing but telling one way of or making it easier to drive home the point of the concept basically. Now let's start with the first one. I think she has already told the story that is very clearly there.
Tell us.
Which one?
Is it
Only
that?
focused on that?
No, later you tell the full thing. But
Okay, this one.
Hmm.
So this is nothing but the Mahabharata writing sequence. So when Vedavyasa, Rishi who actually decides that I have written 4 Vedas, I have actually compiled 4 Vedas, I have written 18 Puranas, Ashtadasha Puranas, I have written, Brahma Sutra Bhashya, I have written, so many Bhagavata Puranas. But then, he said, if I just keep it in the abstract form, these are all basically abstract form, right? You basically get a mantra, you get some kind of this thing. So if you basically tell it in that form, people just say it as a mantra and then they will not connect. It will not touch on the heart. It will be in the mind. It's like a brain power, right? You learn from rotting, basically they say it, right? So you just learn it for the sake of learning. But that's not the purpose of all our devotion. It's basically to actually hit your heart and then you get converted. So essentially then he says, if I don't make it contemporary or if I don't connect it to the world, how the world works, and we are living in this world. So he said, okay, I will connect all these things, Vedas, Puranas, everything in a story. So that's why he conceptualized this Mahabharata story. I mean, not that when I say conceptualized, it does not mean that it has not happened, it has also happened. But he goes very deep into it because it's also a part to it. It's the whole thing of Mahabharata, Vedavyasa is the main part actually, right? So in this case, he tells that Ganapati that, I will basically tell you a thing and you continue to write. Okay. Ganapati says, okay, I'll write. I mean, the story goes, Ganapati will say, I'll take, keep on, you should not stop. So he put a condition that you should not stop anytime, I'll keep on writing. Then you have to think and little bit think also, whoever it is, you have to at least think a little bit, right? So he puts a condition saying that, okay, I have one condition, you will not write unless you understand what I say. I say one mantra, everything is shloka only, right? So it's around 1 lakh shlokas in Mahabharata. The whole story is written in 1 lakh shlokas. So he says, every shloka that I say, you should understand and write. Right? Then he puts a condition, Ganapati will understand. So if you go to Mahabharata, there are some 50 odd shlokas, very, very complex to understand. Because now you can understand the story, and that is only to make sure that Vedavyasa took time to think. It's basically to make sure Ganapati also thinks a little bit. And then, so the concept here is Ganapati, you see the face, basically the main thing you have to observe is his ears. You see his ears is the big. Like our elephant. What does that mean? It means have more listening power. You listen more. So what is that which listens actually? To listen, you need, to make a sound, you need a space. So he represents out of Panchabhuta the first thing which is called space. We call it as Akasha. Akasha means nothing but a space. So what is space? You see space everywhere. So if you, what is this? Ganapati is here also. That's what basically it means. So when he actually says, what does that mean? Is first time he is actually telling it out to the Akasha. Ganapati does not mean he sits in a physical form or something. So Veda is sitting in his meditative state and he starts telling what is coming out in a story form. Actually, it is received by Akasha. So whenever you speak today, also when you start speaking something, it's always registered in Akasha. So it's there. It's there in the nature. It can have a lot of impact. That's why our elders always say, when you talk, think and talk, think and talk, think and talk. Don't just like that talk, because they knew that this will have an impact on the entire nature. So Ganapati, since he represents a space, so it actually goes into the Akasha, and that's where Mahabharata stayed there. And people who wanted to get it, if you go into deep contemplation mode, or this thing, you can still get what is there. A lot of rishis actually got it from whatever has been told in the lineage. Whichever rishis has actually kind of realized it. So if you sit, you can actually hear it. can hear it and then start realizing it. So that's all it means basically. Since he represents space, he has actually told it to openly as it comes, and then you can actually get it.